The Oluwo is a disgrace to the Omoluabi ethos of the Osun people. His calabash needs to be broken. Oluwo must go. Expectedly, the Akpetu of Ikpetumodu, Oba Joseph Oloyede, will be dethroned. The Oluwo of Iwo, Oba Abdulrasheed Adewale Akanbi, should also be dethroned because what is source for the goose should be source for the gander. Oluwo is an ex-convict in the US. He was slammed with 2 lifetime bans to never enter the US. Osun State Governor Asiwaju Ademola Adeleke, over to you. And Nigeria King Oluwo, twice deported from US. British tie blood. The Mail on Sunday, in its May 19, 2024 edition, splashed the picture of the Oluwo of Iwo and Prince Harry on its cover, calling Akanbi a criminal who wangled his way from being a fraudster to the royal stool of Iwo. The headline and story of the Mail on Sunday were less acidic than that of the Sun. On this note, I humbly call on Governor Ademola Adeleke to revisit the criminal cases of the Oluwo of Iwo, Oba Abdulrasheed Adewale Akanbi, in the same United States of America, where he was jailed and deported, when the Englishman, in his intelligence, looked at the cases of Akpetu and Oluwo and said, what is source for the goose is source for the gander.
Yoruba Parako TV, ẹ máa gbọ́ ẹ máa wò ó, ẹ subscribe síbẹ̀, ẹ like ẹ, bó bá ṣe ń lọ àwa ò ní jákẹ́tì yín ó di sí o. Yoruba Parako TV, àgbàlẹ́tù ọmọdé làwọ̀.
Sẹ́yìn náà ti gbọ́ wípé Oluwo ti ṣẹ̀wọ̀n rí l'Amẹ́ríkà. Ìwádìí kan àti àpilẹ̀kọ kan ló jáde láti ọwọ́ ẹni tí wọ́n ń pè ní Ọ̀dẹ́sọlá. Ó náà ló kọ kinní ọ̀hún sójú ayélujára rẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ó ṣe jẹ́ ògbóǹtarìgì nínú òǹkọ̀wé nínú ìwé Punch. Ó náà ló kọ wípé bí ọba Olóyèdè tó jẹ́ ọba Ìpẹ̀tù bá lè ṣẹ̀wọ̀n l'Amẹ́ríkà, wọ́n ní ó yẹ kí wọ́n wò dáadáa o wípé Oluwo ti ṣẹ̀wọ̀n rí l'Amẹ́ríkà níbi tí ó ti gbá àwọn èèyàn lówó iyebíye bó ṣe mú check ìyẹn lọ sílé ìfowópamọ́ láti lọ gba owó olówó tí ọwọ́ ìjọba Amẹ́ríkà sì tẹ̀ tó sì ṣẹ̀wọ̀n nígbà náà fún odidi oṣù 15. Wọ́n ní sẹ́rù Oluwo yìí òun náà ni kí wọ́n sọ pé ó yẹ kó jẹ́ ọba lé wọn lórí nílùú Ìwó, nínú èyí tí Awíkókó ti jáde tó ti ka kìnní ọ̀hún tó sì sọ wípé ó ń sọ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tàbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣá o, nínú ìwé ìròyìn ọ̀hún tí kìnní ọ̀hún ti jáde lójú ìwé átíkù tí wọ́n ti kọ kìnní ọ̀hún sí, ó ní wọ́n sọ pé bí ọba Olóyèdè bá lè gbá wọn nílùú òyìnbó, ẹni tó jẹ́ Apẹ̀tù tìlú Pẹ̀tù tí ó sì jẹ́ sí pé ó ń ṣẹ̀wọ̀n ń bẹ̀ wípé Olúwo kò tó ẹrú tí dèlùú Amẹ́ríkà. Wọ́n ti fi òfin de Olúwo wípé eégún tí ń jẹ́ Olúwo ìyẹn Àkànbí kò gbọdọ̀ ṣẹ́ nílùú Amẹ́ríkà mọ́ nítorí pé ó lù wọ́n ní jìbìtì owó nínú èyí tí wọ́n ti fòfin de pé láyé ẹ̀ títí yóò fi kú kò gbọdọ̀ délùú Amẹ́ríkà mọ́. Gbogbo òlú lolúwo lè lọ, wọn ò bí Olúwo dáa kó tún sọ pé òun fẹ́ lọ sí Amẹ́ríkà. Àṣírí kìíní ọ̀hún tú tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ l'Awíkókó sọ kìíní ọ̀hún nínú èyí tí àwọn kan ti sọ pé kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ wọ́n wá ń rawọ́ ẹ̀bẹ̀ sí ìjọba Adémọ́lá Adélékè wípé ní wàràǹṣeṣà kó yọ Olúwo nípò wípé ẹni tó ti ṣẹ̀wọ̀n rí òun náà ló jọba lé wọn lórí ìyẹn nílùú Ìwó. Nítorí èyí kó dáa kí a wá sọ pé ọba Olóyèdè tó ṣẹ̀wọ̀n rí àyọkù nípò àyọ lórí àpèrè kí Olúwo pẹ̀lú tó náà ṣẹ̀wọ̀n rí kó wá padà mọ́ yan fanda. Ẹ wo ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ nínú èyí tí Awíkókó ṣàlàyé kinní ọ̀hún, wọ́n mọ̀ ká kinní ọ̀hún nínú èyí tí oníròyìn Ọdẹ́sọlá kọ tó ti sọ wípé bó ṣe yẹ kí kinní ọ̀hún orí gan ni o, tó sì bẹ̀bẹ̀ wípé lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí kí ìjọba Adélékè kó gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tó nípọn nípa rẹ̀ láti tètè yọ ẹni tó ń jẹ́ Olúwo kò nípò gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọba, wípé ẹni tó ṣẹ̀wọ̀n rí kan ò tún gbọdọ̀ máa jọba lé wa lórí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Tọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ mẹ́ nínú èyí tí Awíkókó yànnà náà tó sì ka kinní ọ̀hún sétí gbọ́ gbogbo àwọn ènìyàn. Ó wá jẹ́gbà àkọ́kọ́ lẹ́yìn wò wá tàbí ẹ̀ tí ẹ̀yin ń gbọ́ wa, ṣùgbọ́n ẹ ò tí ì tẹ subscribe button síbẹ̀. Àwa ń bẹ̀ yín ni ẹ bá wa tẹ̀ ẹ́ sójú ẹ̀, ẹ bá wa dọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ káwa náà ó sì bá yín dọ́rẹ̀ẹ́. Ẹ wá mọ́ gbàgbé o láti àgbo pélébé tí ń bẹ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ èyí tí ó máa rán yín létí ìgbàkúgbà tá a bá ti wà lórí ètò. Bí kinní ọ̀hún bá ṣe ń jábọ́ bí àpò òyèrè ní jẹ́ kí tí yín ó di sí o. Ẹ wo ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ ń bẹ Olúwo tó ń janu fatafata sọ́mọ Yorùbá. Àṣírí ẹ̀ ti tú báyìí, wọ́n lólúwo ṣẹ̀wọ̀n rí, eégún ẹ̀ ò tó bẹ́ẹ̀ kó tún súyọ ìyẹn l'Amẹ́ríkà mọ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tàbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́, ẹ gbọ́ kinní ọ̀hún ìyẹn sáà tẹ subscribe button síbẹ̀, ẹ share rẹ̀ kẹ́pin kálẹ̀, ẹ jódókò táwọn èèyàn mọ̀ ipò tí ipò lọ́balọ́ba wa dé dúró àti ìwà Olúwo dé dúró nílùú Amẹ́ríkà. Ẹ̀já máa bí tu ọ̀hún bọ̀, ẹ subscribe síbẹ̀ o.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n kọ́kọ́ kí bàbá mi His Imperial Majesty Ọọ̀ni Adéyẹyẹ Ẹnìtàn Ògúnwùsì fún ti oríire ìbejì làǹtìlanti tọ́lọ́run bá fi ta wọ́n lọ́rẹ pẹ̀lú olórí Mariam. Kọ́lọ́run jẹ́ ká gbé àwọn ọmọ náà pẹ́, àwọn ọmọ náà ó lọ́wọ́ lẹ́yìn lágbára Ọlọ́run. Ọmọ yọ̀yọ̀yọ̀ nílé aládì ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ kọ́ yàgàn ìwé abíwẹ́rẹ́ kọ́lọ́run bá wa já fún àwọn olórí lágbára Ọlọ́run. Orí ìtẹ́ ò ní gbóná mọ́ ẹ̀ o láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. His Imperial Majesty Ọọ̀ni Adéyẹyẹ Ẹnìtàn Ògúnwùsì Ọ̀jájá tó fìdí ọlọ̀tẹ̀ jánlẹ̀ kọ́lọ́ wà pẹ̀lú yín kábíyèsí. Back to business, àwọn tó kú ọmọ wọlé bá wa ń bẹ̀. Adeleke, crime cannot dethrone Akpetu and enthrone Oluwo. Oluwo must go. Tunde Odesola, in April 2025. Whoa, aware of shame on the Akpetu of Ikpetumodu. Oba Joseph Olugbenga Oloyede, in faraway United States, when he was indicted in a multi-million-dollar fraud case. Before his arrest and indictment, Oloyede, like the tale of the squirrel, switched his royal horse tail as he ate some American banana, enveloped in the sweetness of the ripe banana. Oloyede unknowingly stepped on the tail of a coiled cobra by the banana tree, tragically setting off the trigger. Blind to crime, deaf to creed, dumb to pedigree. The American legal system, silent but watchful, snapped its jaws slamming shut on Oloyede's neck in a brutal metallic bite. He said, and I quote, "Ikun jẹ ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀, ikun rèdí, ikun ò mọ̀ wípé ohun tó dùn máa ń pani." Fast forward to August 26, 2025. Nigeria cyberspace confused with a screaming headline: Osun monarch jailed 4 years in US for $4.2 million COVID-19 fraud. The report, published in The Punch, was shocking. It was shocking to those who mistake the inevitable for surprise. Like the case of a foolish husband running skater for financial help to buy baby care products when his wife gave birth after a 9-month pregnancy. Anyone who had followed the story since April knew that the August sentencing was a punitive arrow hitting the bull's eye. By then, the concrete mix of juice poured in April has simply solidified by August. Ntí Túndé Ọdẹ́ṣọlá ń gbìyànjú àti sọ́nbẹ̀rẹ̀ ni pé nínú oṣù kẹrin ọdún 2025, kábíyèsí ìlú wa ọba Olóyèdé Joseph Ọlátìmógún the first, ó ní ikùn rẹ̀ ń jọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀, ó ń rèdí, ikú ọmọ pé n tó dùn ún pa ni. Pé unfortunately kábíyèsí ọmọ wípé ètò ìdájọ́ òkè òkun tàbí torílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà kò dàbí ti Nàìjíríà tá a fọwọ́ yẹpẹrẹ mú wẹ́rẹ́dẹ̀wẹ́rẹ́ pé wọ́n mú kábíyèsí ṣùgbọ́n August ni wọ́n tó dájọ́. Ìgbà tí wọ́n dájọ́ àwọn kan wá ń yà wọ́n lẹ́nu pé irú ìdájọ́ wo leléyìí, ó ní bí èèyàn bá fọ́ lójú tí ọ̀dẹ̀ dí létí, ó yẹ kó mọ̀ pé ṣẹlẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú oṣù kẹrin, ìdájọ́ tí ó mú wá náà ló mú wá ní inú oṣù kẹjọ, kò sí ní tó yẹ kó yà yẹn lẹ́nu bẹ́ẹ̀. Reporting a three-day visit of the 39-year-old Ashri and his 42-year-old wife, Meghan, to Nigeria, the Sun reveals Akanbi had been deported twice from the US and banned twice for life from entering the US. The Sun story reads, and I quote, "But the Nigeria royal, Oluwo, is a convicted fraudster who was twice kicked out of America. He was allegedly first arrested in Boston in 1998 after he tried to cash a stolen check for £247,000 from the aviation company Boeing." Ṣé wọ́n kọ́ ni sàn kọ ṣẹ́ẹ̀kì yẹn ni àbí wọ́n ti kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ àbóríyé wọ́n á fẹ́ lọ káàṣẹ̀ láìsí pé ó ṣiṣẹ́ fún wọn. He said, and I quote, "Akanbi posed as a successful businessman called Joseph Pigot, but cops were alerted." Àwọn bàbá náà ṣe wáyà fraud. Wọ́n ṣe wáyà fraud ni. Tẹ́ ń pè ní yahoo. Wọ́n ṣe bí successful businessman tó lówó lọ́wọ́ sí business and boom. Akanbi posed as a successful businessman called Joseph Pigot, but cops were alerted by a suspicious bank teller at Bank Boston. The conman Oluwo was also charged with forging a check for £59,000. Wọ́n tún forge check using the name Thomas Eying. He was also reportedly jailed for 15 months and deported to Nigeria in April 1999. He said, and I quote, his £1,500 fine was waived because of an inability to pay. Wọ́n fine ẹ̀ ní £1,500. Bàbá òróró san. Wọ́n sá àgbójú kó ń bẹ̀ pé ńgbà ìsìnkú afẹ́ gbẹ̀mí ẹ̀ sájà fílẹ̀ ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Despite being banned from re-entering the US, he was then said to have been caught attempting to cross the border in March 2011. Mo ti fi léyìn náà ṣe program. Wọ́n tó tún mú ní bọ́dà wọn. Àti ní ọmọ wà lù wá mọ́. Dandan kú bẹ̀rin wòkòwò kó ṣe kúlé àlè. A ní ọmọ wọlé yìí mọ́ o tó ní dandan o tó fẹ́ wá wọ́n rí bí ẹ mọ́ bí ni. So, okay, in 2011, Akanbi was with his then wife, Rakia Saidu, and his young son, and claimed they were going to New York to shop. Facing the prospect of a maximum prison sentence of 20 years and a £197,000 fine, Akanbi pleaded guilty. He was sentenced to time served, deported and banned from the US for life a second time. Wọ́n bá ní láyé kò gbọ́dọ̀ kò lè wọ US láíláí mọ́ tí ó fi dàgbà tí ó dògbó tí ó rí bí àgbáre. Let me quickly say something about that. Now, lóòótọ́ ni ìjọba Adémọ́lá Adélékè sọ wípé àwọn máa gbégbésẹ̀ lórí tróònù yẹn ńgbà tí àwọn olóyè pẹ̀lú àwọn ìdílé ọlọ́mọba tí wọ́n ṣe press conference which I was part of. Lóòótọ́ làwọn kan halẹ̀ pé ìpètò òní dìbò f'Adélékè kíní kankankan kálukú ń sọ̀rọ̀ on their own behalf. Nobody can speak on our behalf concerning election and voting. Wọ́n dínà mọ́ lágbájá ibi apá rẹ̀ bá gùn mọ́ nípa pín sí. Adélékè declare throne vacant kò declare throne vacant. Àwọn tí ó dìbò f'Adélékè náà ni ó dìbò fún, àwọn tí ò ní dìbò fún ò ní dìbò fún. So kì í ṣe pé bóyá torí pé ó declare throne vacant o àbí kò tètè declare vacant àbí kò ní declare vacant àbí kò declare vacant o. Ọ̀rọ̀ apẹtumọdù ọ̀jẹ̀ mọ́ election rárá. Gbogbo àwọn tán forí gbálẹ̀ tán ń pé àwọn ò ní dìbò f'Adélékè sáwọn nìkan ní pétú ni sáwọn nìkan ni ó dìbò ni problem tán ní tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ náà ni aggression wọn náà nìyẹn tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀. Wọ́n ti declare throne vacant nísìnyí kí ni ó wá ṣẹlẹ̀? Ẹnìkan padà jọba náà ni at the end of the day ta náà ni ó jọba. Bóńtọ̀ ń bá wá jọba kí ni májíìkì tó ń tọ̀ ọ́ dánwò. So lórí ọ̀rọ̀ election àwọn tí ó dìbò fún Adélékè ó dìbò fún Adélékè ọ̀rọ̀ apẹtumọdù ọ̀dẹ̀ disturb fóòtì Adélékè rárá láti bí síbẹ̀ yẹn. Lóòótọ́ àwọn olóṣèlú máa believe pé numbers is numbers. Àwọn táwọn bá lè support àwọn because n tó lóṣèlú ń wá òun náà nìbò. So that is it. Mo kí lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i. Àpilẹ̀kọ kan ni mo mú wá tó tú ọ̀pọ̀ àṣírí nípa ọba kan tẹ́ ẹ ti mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ bí ẹ mọ owó ẹ bá ń táàgì àwọn ọmọ wo ẹ bá ń táàgì àwọn ọmọ ìpètùmọdù. Wíwá tí mo wá lónìí kì í ṣe láti wá defend ẹnì kankan tàbí láti wá tako ẹnì kankan ṣùgbọ́n láti wá sọ wípé òfin tó mẹ́lẹ́hàá ó yẹ kó méégún, òfin tó méégún ó yẹ kó mẹ́lẹ́hàá. Tó bá jẹ́ wípé a bá fẹ́ ṣe níṣe bó ṣe yẹ ká ṣe tá a fẹ́ fi gbá kan bọ̀ kan nú. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, in the spirit of equity and fairness, a Yoruba translated proverb says the chieftaincy title that is due to the Iwo community will also be due to Ede. Oyè tó kan ara Ìwó ó ń bọ̀ wá kárí Ẹdẹ. Meanwhile àwọn bàbá wa sọ pé oyè tó kan ara Ìwó ni pé ó ń bọ̀ wá kan ara Ẹdẹ pé Ìwó ò jìnnà sí Ẹdẹ. Okay, on this note, I humbly call on Governor Ademola Adeleke to revisit the criminal cases of the Oluwo of Iwo, Oba Abdulrasheed Adewale Akanbi in the same United States of America, where he was jailed and deported when the Englishman in his intelligence looked at the cases of Akwetu and Oluwo and said, what is sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander. The Yoruba man in his wisdom responded, kò sí bí ọ̀bọ ṣe ṣe orí tí náà kí o ṣe. Running a banner headline, Royal exclusive, Harry and Coleman Nigeria King Oluwo twice deported from US, British tabloid. The Mail on Sunday, in its May 19, 2024 edition, splashed the picture of the Oluwo of Iwo and Prince Harry on its cover, calling Akanbi a criminal. who wangled his way from being a froster to the royal stool of Oluwo. The headline and story of the Mail on Sunday were less acidic than that of The Sun, another British tabloid, which screamed, and I quote, "Dodgy royal Nigeria king Oluwo, who Harry called his in-law, is conman jailed and deported after trying to cash stolen £247,000 check with the rider." He said, and I quote, "The funky king was jailed 15 months in 1998. Now, nti yẹn gbìyànjú àti sọ ni pé because ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ti ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin Olúwo àti Channel Chain rí tí yẹn ń pè ní oníjìbìtì tí yẹn ń pè ní fraud. Olúwo sọ wípé ṣebí ti credit card yẹn nìkan náà ni so now according to credit card yẹn ò kì í ṣe ti bàbá àwo bóyá jí ni bóyá rí he ni bóyá wọ́n fake ẹ̀ ni bóyá wọ́n prepare ẹ̀ ni something of such níbi tán sáà ti fẹ́ fi withdraw owó náà ti mú wọn tán sì sọ wọ́n sẹ́wọ̀n lásìkò ìgbà náà mo ti lọ lórí program rèé. Ẹ dákun ẹ̀yin ìyá àti bàbá mi ẹ̀yin ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ẹ bá mi share program yẹn. Now èmi náà rí àpilẹ̀kọ yẹn ni ta ló kọ ẹlòmíì ò gbọ́n kọ ọ̀rọ̀ tó kónú pọ̀ gan-an o. Alright, ẹni tó kọ àpilẹ̀kọ ọ̀hún Túndé Ọdẹ́ṣọlá ni a máa kọ nǹkan sí inú ìwé Punch nílò kan tí wọ́n ń kọ sínú Punch náà o ń bọ̀ o. Ẹ bá mi share program yẹn jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run ẹ dákun ẹ bá mi share ẹ bá ń share program yẹn àwọn èèyàn mi ò tí ì pọ̀ lórí program yẹn ẹ má bínú ẹ dákun ẹ bá mi share program yẹn ẹ bá ń like ok Túndé Ọdẹ́ṣọlá ó ló ń ṣe hunters whistle nínú ìwé ìròyìn The Punch. So as far as I'm concerned, to the best of my understanding, Túndé Ọdẹ́ṣọlá gbọ́dọ̀ rí kó tó sọ torí kéèyàn tó post nǹkan sínú ìwé ìròyìn Punch òun tó ń gbọ́dọ̀ ti rí àrídájú ìròyìn tó fẹ́ sọ nípa rẹ̀. So wọn bá bí mo ra jáde díẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn sì ti jáde ẹjá dúró dè wọn padà wọn sáré wọlé nísìn ok wọn ti wọlé padà. God bless you sir, God bless you ma mi ní wáyé tí o ok you need no kalukalu prophets or roadside imams or sakamanji babalawos to foresee the gathering storm about to sweep off the Akpetu throne. In America, justice is cheetah fast. In Nigeria, justice is snail slow. Oloye mistook America for Nigeria and ended up in the belly of justice. Before the enthronement as the Akpetumodo of Ikpetumodo in 2019, Oloye, a chartered accountant and tax consultant, had worked with First Bank and Lead Merchant Bank in Nigeria and relocated to the US in the late 1990s. In the US, he served as an adjunct professor at Indiana Wesleyan University and the University of Phoenix. Then, one night, greed knocked on the door of his heart, entered and showed him COVID-19 emergency funds. As Joseph, the dreamer, resisted Potiphar's wife, Joseph Oloyede could not resist the pounded yam and egusi served by greed. What did Alayiluwo Oloyede steal? Kini Kábíyèsí gbé gan? Oloyede looted COVID-19 emergency fund created for struggling businesses conspiring with one other criminal, Edward Oluwasanmi, to submit fraudulent applications for loans which were made available through the U.S. Small Business Administration under the Coronavirus Aid, Relief and Economic Security Act. In April, the Igbakeji Orisha pleaded guilty to wire fraud and tax fraud charges linked to a pandemic relief scam, which siphoned over $4.2 million $4.2 million stimulus funds. Colleagues and town people thought that the akara the Uriade was eating his pap with was tucked under the leaves and wrapping the akara. No one suspected that the king was using a sickle to reach I3 branches outside his arm's length. Ohun ọwọ́ mi ò tó, màá fi gọ̀ǹgọ̀ fà á. On August 26, 2025, the day Oloyede received 4 sets of orange color prison uniforms at the Federal Correctional Institution, Ekiton in Lisbon, Ohio, alongside basic undergarments, footwear, and bedding. I took to my Facebook account at Tunde Odeshola and predicted, expectedly, the Akpetu of Ikpetumodu, Oba Joseph Oloyede, will be dethroned. The Oluwo of Iwo, Oba Abdulrasheed Adewale Akanbi, should also be dethroned, because what is sauce for the goose should be sauce for the gander. Oluwo is an ex-convict in the US. He was slammed with 2 lifetime bans to never enter the US. Osun State Governor Asiwaju Ademola Adeleke, over to you. Subsequently, Judge Christopher Boyko of the US District Court for the Northern District of Ohio sentenced him to 4 years and 8 months in prison, ordering him to pay $4.4 million as restitution and forfeit his Medina mansion on Fort Road, Ohio. After imprisonment, the 63-year-old Oloyede will serve 3 years of supervised release, which means he will not be able to travel outside the US while on supervised release. And going by the tone of the current US immigration policy, Oloyede, a naturalized US citizen, is most likely to lose his American passport after serving his time. On Monday, May 11, 2026, worried by what was suspected to be a tactical delay by the Osun State government to keep the throne vacant till the return of Oloyede from prison, I called on 2 persons in Osun to put the issue in perspective. The first person I called was a respected friend and honorable son of Ikpetumodu. The second person I called, a top government official, was also So, sorry, I'm not being the second person I called, a top government official, was also an esteemed friend, renowned for a large dose of wit and wisdom. Alas, a few hours after I discussed with the 3 personalities, the Osun State government announced the dethronement of Oloyede. My colleague sent the breaking story to me. Is this a joke? I ran a quick check, and it was true. The dethronement is true. Was it painful that the game was snatched from my jaws? No. Was I happy? Yes. I was happy that the Adeleke government did the right thing, though late, going by the threats by many indigenes of Ikpetumodu, who have vowed not to vote for Adeleke in the governorship election coming up in 3 months. One is tempted to believe that the belated dethronement was a political stroke to gain the votes of the Ikpetumodu people. At the end of our separate discussions, I told both of my friends that I was going to take the Adeleke government to the clearers in my column on Friday, May 15, 2026. The government official friend gave me reasons for the delay in announcing the dethronement of the Akpetu, citing legal and communal bottlenecks, adding that efforts were afoot to declare the throne vacant. My son of the soil friend thanked me for sending him out on the issue and wished me well in my writing endeavors. I also called a colleague who is close to both the Akpetu and the community. So the die was cast. I started to map out a mental graph of the article. On the other hand, however, it took courage on the part of Adeleke to smash the calabash of a friend's royal house, risking political antagonism 3 months before a historic election. Aluko's order was sequel to another bench warrant made by an Iwo magistrate court headed by Mr. I. Omeshade against Oba Akanbi, who sent one of his chiefs and a letter of apology to Aluko's court on the following date of hearing, claiming he was indisposed. Also, the Agbowo of Ogbagba, Oba Dikrulai Akinropo, had dragged Akanbi before another Osogbo magistrate court, headed by Mr. Olusegun Ayelara, alleging that the Oluwo was unfit for the position of the king. This followed an alleged physical assault on the Agbowo by the Oluwo in 2020, but the Oluwo denied assaulting his colleagues. Bọ́bá deny ẹ̀sẹ̀ bí arójú ẹ̀sẹ̀ nígbà wà àwíyá arójú ẹ̀sẹ̀ lójú Agbowo Ọ̀gbàgbà tójú fàyà ń jọ náà lọ́hùn. In June 2024, anyone who believes Oluwo has a grain of integrity can get these stories by simply Googling the headlines. Akanbi had kept mute, despite my challenging him repeatedly to go to court to prove his integrity. I am not alone in calling the criminal Oluwo out. Some of his royal colleagues had dragged him before courts on accounts jẹ́ kí lè wálẹ̀ àwọn náà yóò fúlù tán. Okay. Jẹ́ kí lè wálẹ̀ ilé ti block yẹn jẹ́ kí lè ilé. So, okay, anyone who believes Oluwo has a grain of integrity can get these stories by simply Googling the headlines. Akanbi had kept mute, despite my challenging him repeatedly to go to court to prove his integrity. I am not alone in calling the criminal Oluwo out. Some of his royal colleagues had dragged him before courts on accounts of his fraudulent activities. In December 2016, the Oluwo of Iwoke, Oba Kadiri Adeoye, had dragged him before an Osogbo magistrate court, accusing him of forgery. In a 33-paragraph affidavit, Oba Adeoye deposed that Akanbi was unfit for the esteemed position of king. Akanbi's refusal to show up in court infuriated Magistrate Olushola Aluko, who issued a bench warrant and said, and I quote, "I am baffled that the Commissioner of Police had not done his duty. I am also surprised by his claim that he was unaware of the bench warrant. This must be the joke of the century. I therefore order him, Commissioner of Police, to immediately arrest the respondent, Oluwo, and bring him to court on January 6, 2017. A leading anti-corruption and human rights group, Women and Environmental Development Agenda, called on Governor Adeleke to investigate Oluwo's alleged criminal records with a view of protecting the sanctity of the Iwo royal stool and the integrity of the Iwo community. A letter signed by HEDA's chairman, Timo Kalori program Njoni Olariwaju Suraj, said it behoved the state government to raise a special panel to investigate the criminal allegations against Akanbi. In clear terms, HEDA said, and I quote, "Traditional rulers are custodians of their people's heritage and symbols of authority and respect. Traditional rulers must possess impeccable character and the above approach. A symbolic invitation to embrace honorable exit or death. Our forefathers understood a simple truth that seems lost on us today. A contaminated crown contaminates the kingdom. The spiritual effect of this enormous, only the deep can relate. Governor Adeleke, the Oluwo is a disgrace to the Omoluabi ethos of the Osun people. His calabash needs to be broken. Oluwo must go." Oluwo's continued stay on the throne has many far-reaching implications. One of them is the dangerous signals it sends to the younger generation. It queries the lesson our society teaches when standards shift according to influence. What morals are citizens expected to learn when the Lord dethrones the Akpetu and coddles the Oluwo, two monarchs whose conduct has been far from dignified. Young Nigerians already swim in the ocean of cynicism. They watch fraudsters becoming celebrities. They see conflicted public officials receiving traditional titles. They observe corrupt politicians welcomed into churches and mosques with front row seats and thanksgiving ceremonies. They are confused by the invisible line separating heroes from villains. They are confused by felons who use religion as a tactic to gain public approval. The dethronement of Akanbi will elucidate and revalidate integrity over criminality in our society. In the days of yore, the throne feared disgrace more than death itself. That was why once a king became an albatross upon the land, chiefs quietly delivered a covered calabash to him. Bó bá ti ṣe nǹkan tí ọ̀dà, àwọn ìjòyè ó sì gbégbá fún un pé kó sígbà wàwò. Well, to the best of my understanding, àwítúnwí asán kankan ò sí, Túndé Ẹ̀dẹ́sọlá ló sọ, lọ́kọ́ ló ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Lára àwọn information tó fi ṣe, mo rántí pé mo ti fi sọ̀rọ̀ rí, ṣètò rí, tó sì jẹ́ wípé a sọ wípé kí ọba Adéwálé Àkànbí kí wọ́n jáde bó bá jẹ́ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ló ṣe rí. Yóò wá dẹ̀rù pé wọ́n lórí ọ̀fẹ́ àti jáde lẹ́yìn kí wọ́n máa ṣe fídíò pé àjẹkú láyé àwọn ọjà yí ọba kú ni. Àìtí ẹ̀ ń daṣọ àrán borí náà ni bó àbí ẹ̀ ń jalè lẹ́ẹ̀kan bó daṣọ àrán borí aṣọ olè náà lọ́ dàbúra. Àkàndọ̀rọ̀ Awíkóńkó, like I said, n ò wá láti wá defend ẹnì kankan, n ò dẹ̀ wá láti wá antagonize ẹnì kankan. Àpilẹ̀kọ tí mo rí gédéǹgbé náà ni mo kà ń láwo gédéǹgbé. Mi ò wá mọ̀ bóyá possibly bóyá mo lè ráwọn èèyàn kan tàbí méjì tí wọ́n lè ní lọ́kàn pé àwọn fẹ́ pè mí dá sí ètò yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ n wò tí n bá rí pè méjì tàbí mẹ́ta péré gbà bí ó bá wá sí kí n máa lọ láyọ̀ àtàláfíà kí n rè fi bẹ́ẹ̀ kẹ́ lílẹ̀. Mr. Túndé Okoli. Hello sir.
Hello baba Oga.
Ó lágbára díẹ̀ o.
Chief Awíkóńkó ààrẹ làákàyè Ẹ̀kútàn.
God bless you baba. God bless you baba.
Ó ga jù.
Ó lágbára díẹ̀.
Bó bá èmi náà ti ta sí lórí nínú comment section pé His Royal Majesty Awégbo of Igbo Kingdom ọ̀rẹ́ Awíkóńkó pàtàkì tí bẹ lájúlé ìwúlẹ̀ yẹ pẹ́ gbàbò tó yẹ lẹ́ni.
Kẹ́gbàbò ń tọ́sẹ̀lẹ̀ náà lásọ yìí.
Well, I'm very good pé àti rí àwọn tó ti gbèsè because it's long overdue to push that guy out of that place. Babalá sacrilege ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ìwó that saw the a despicable human being of that kind of character is sitting on a very ancient and very important àpèrè nílẹ̀ Yorùbá bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ìtìjú ni fún gbogbo àwa Yorùbá kò ṣe fún àwọn ọmọ Ìwó nìkan.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ibi kan tí mo jẹ́ pé kò fọ̀mù lónà tí àkókò lọ́wọ́ mo ti wá ojú máa ń gbà mí sí láti ti bá rántí pé kò pé irú ràṣírí ìjọba ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Léèyàn tó tiẹ̀ kò wọ́ tiẹ̀ rú. Ìwé ẹnìbọ̀ tó bá mú lẹ́kùn kan sẹ̀ ó yẹ kó tó sì júlù pé irú màdí òlélẹ̀ ó yẹ kó sọnù.
Wow.
Ṣe ṣe.
Ó lágbára sir.
Ṣe ṣe.
Ó lágbára sir.
Ṣe ṣe.
Yes sir.
Ẹ kú iṣẹ́.
Yes, God bless you baba. Yes. Hello sir.
Àgbàjalè lọ́dọ̀ yín bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ká lẹ́sà o.
Ọjọ́ mẹ́ta.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni sir.
Ọlọ́run á gbà kúrò.
Nàmí o.
Ọlọ́run á gbà kúrò. Iṣẹ́ rí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọba kọ̀ọ̀kan ojú tì ló jẹ́. Ṣùgbọ́n bí ẹni tó kọ ìwé yẹn bó ṣe kọ kò sí bọ́bọ̀ ṣe ṣorí tí náà kí ó ṣorí. Apẹ̀tù gan ò ṣe tó nǹkan tí Olúwo ń ṣe. Because Oluwo ó dójú ti àpèrè tó wà. Tó bá lọ ka ìwé certificate tó ń fún culture ní àṣà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, náà ni kò máa gbé lárugẹ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, you are the custodian of heritage, culture and tradition. N tó wà ní certificate wọn nu.
And tradition.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
and mi ò rò pé bóyá nígbà tí wọ́n tó ń gbé adédè lórí kì í ṣe láwà nínáwó fún.
pàápàá.
I mean all these kind of things nǹkan tí ò ń jẹ́ kí inú wa dùn síjọba nígbà kọ̀ọ̀kan nìyẹn. bí n pé 419 baba ńlá frosta lárákùnrin yìí so ó mọ géèmù yẹn play. ó kọ́kọ́ ó lẹ̀ mọ́ APC. I'm very sure ó lẹ̀ mọ́ PDP nígbà tí PDP wà bẹ́ẹ̀. You see, this kind of people, they don't fit to live among us. Even if they will live among us, they're supposed to live in the prison yard. Because criminal lọkùnrin.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Famous criminal ni. Kò lè show certificate ṣe secondary school náà máa ń pè ní. But mi ò rò kó lè show ẹ̀.
Èmi náà rò bẹ́ẹ̀.
Now you can read about that Ọba Apetu pé associate professor ní University of Phoenix.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
I mean, ṣé mo.
Chartered accountant ní kó tó kó Nàìjíríà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Mo mọ̀ pé chartered accountant ni but educational acumen ẹ̀ lèmi fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
But Oluwo nígbà tí bí ọmọlé kéwú I mean it's so ridiculous. I will be very very happy if another rounds of clamoring pé kán remove ẹ̀ tó bá lè tó mú borí agbágbé ó ṣe rí nìyẹn o.
Alright, daddy, ó dàárọ̀ sir, God bless you.
nípa program tẹ́ ṣe lánàá.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni sir.
arákùnrin kan pè wàláì òun ló máa jèrè àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ máa jèrè iṣẹ́ tiẹ̀ náà.
àmì o.
ṣe rí ẹni bá fẹ́ ṣe gọ́vnà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
bí ọba náà ni ọba ò lẹ́sìn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Run away from any aspirant tó bá gbé láwà ní òṣì kan mórí àbí kó lóun prophet kan wípé pastor kan lò. Enough is enough of religion in Nigeria. Enough of religion in our land, Yoruba land, ilẹ̀ Oòduà. Enough is enough. Mo ló gbé wa dé.
Kò gbé adé mìíràn kan sà.
Nonsense.
Kò gbé adé mìíràn kan. Ó dàárọ̀ sà. Yes sir. Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ọ̀rọ̀ kan yín o. Sẹ́ẹ̀lì gbégbèsè ń pa ilé yun náà. Sẹ́ẹ̀ni bẹ̀rù pé wọn ò ní dìbò fún yín níwò. Sẹ́ẹ̀lì yọ. Bí a ti bá láǹfààní àti gbà pé méjì sí kí n tó máa lọ kí n tó rè sùn. Ẹ̀yin bàbá àti màmá mi náà fẹ́ lọ fi bẹ́ẹ̀kẹ́ lílẹ̀. Ọ̀la ni Sátidé kẹ́ jáyé yín dáadáa lọ́la kẹ́ sinmi dáadáa láti máa múra fún iṣẹ́ ọjọ́ Monday. Àánú Olódùmarè ní fi ń sílẹ̀ o. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá darapọ̀ mọ́ mi lórí ètò yìí lónìí ìbànújẹ́ ò ní kàn yín o. Ní gbé sọnù bí òṣèbí ọmọ. Mr. Ọláwálé Ọlá, God bless you. Madam Yeti Mercy Iden, God bless you ma. Ọ̀jẹ̀lẹ̀yẹ Emmanuel sir, God bless you sir. Saint that Abọ́dúndé, God bless you. Sọlábísí Ọládìní, God bless you. Mr. Adébáyọ̀ Ọlájídé, God bless you. All right. Kí n má gbàgbé mo tẹ̀ tún ti ń gbàgbé lọ o ọ̀rọ̀ coaching class wa ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà labroad tí ẹ fẹ́ kí àwọn ọmọ yín tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ kán gbàgbé lé tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ kán máa rántí èdè àti àṣà Yorùbá ẹ fẹ́ kí wọ́n lè sọ Yorùbá ẹ fẹ́ kán dá àwọn nǹkan mọ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ fẹ́ kí wọ́n mọ̀ nípa àṣà wa ẹ fẹ́ kán mọ̀ nípa èdè wa ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n darapọ̀ mọ́ Awikonko online coaching class tí ìforúkọ ti ń lọ lọ́wọ́ báyìí lágbára Ọlọ́run ẹ fẹ́ bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ fẹ́ forúkọ ọmọ yín sílẹ̀ ìforúkọ ń lọ lọ́wọ́ lágbára Ọlọ́run ẹ fẹ́ forúkọ ọmọ yín sílẹ̀ ẹ já sọ̀rọ̀ lórí WhatsApp +234 904 851 9362 +234 904 851 9362 London lẹ wà ní America lẹ wà ní Germany lẹ wà ní Italy lẹ wà ní France lẹ wà ní Holland lẹ wà ní Ireland lẹ wà ní America lẹ wà ní Canada lẹ wà ní ẹ já forúkọ ọmọ wa sílẹ̀ fún èdè àti àṣà Yorùbá kì í ṣe pé wọ́n fẹ́ lọ fi ṣe WAEC àbí wọ́n fẹ́ fi ṣe NECO àbí wọ́n fi ṣe JAMB láti lè sọ láti lè gbọ́ láti lè dámọ̀ àwọn nǹkan tí wọ́n ń pè ní èdè àti àṣà ilẹ̀ káàárọ̀ òjìrè náà ni. I love you all àánú Olódùmarè lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ẹ bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ lórí WhatsApp +234 904 851 9362 +234 904 851 9362. ẹ like ẹ follow page mi lórí Facebook Awikonko television ẹ rí i pé ẹ like ẹ dẹ̀ follow ẹ kó tó di pé jáde kúrò ń bẹ̀. bákan náà ni kẹ́ subscribe sí YouTube channel mi mọ̀ ń bẹ̀ ni o ẹ bá ń subscribe sí YouTube channel yìí tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹ̀sẹ̀ wọ bẹ̀ for the first time yóò lè máa fún yín láǹfààní láti rí notification nígbàkigbà tí n bá fẹ́ ṣètò tàbí tí n bá fi fídíò síbẹ̀ yóò fún yín ní àmì pé ok Awikonko ti déta o Awikonko fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ Awikonko ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ Awikonko ń ṣètò yóò fún yín lámì wọn àdẹ̀ ní jáwọ́ yín kò sí nǹkan tí ó máa yọ kúrò nínú owó yín tá à ń pè subscription ni pé kẹ́ ẹ lè ní notification tẹ́ bá ti tẹ subscribe button yóò gbé notification bell jáde lọ́wọ́ right yín ẹ click lórí notification bell yẹn kẹ́ wá click lórí all tẹ́ bá ti click lórí ẹ̀ tí bá ti upload yóò fún yín ní sign pé mo ti upload fídíò àbí mo wà lórí live tí mo ń ṣe live bí irú èyí so ẹ bá mi subscribe sí o bákan náà ẹ bá mi subscribe sí Onídèmọdè TV Onídèmọdè TV ńbẹ̀ láti ń ṣe Onídèmọdè game show Onídèmọdè game show eré ìdárayá ni tó kún fún èdè àti àṣà Yorùbá lọ́lọ́kan ọ̀jọ̀kan níbi tí ẹ̀bùn ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ọ̀ọ́dúnrún náírà ti wà nílẹ̀ ní jíjẹ 300,000 naira fún jíjẹ níbi tá a ti ń pè fún ìrànlọ́wọ́ àwọn tọ́lọ́wọ́ bá ṣẹ́gi ọ̀la fún tí wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ràn ìgbélárugẹ èdè àti àṣà Yorùbá tán fẹ́ kún wa lọ́wọ́ lórí ètò Onídèmọdè bóyá ẹ fẹ́ fún wa lẹ́bùn ká mọ̀ fáwọn èèyàn ni bóyá ẹ fẹ́ fi kún owó tá à ń fi fáwọn èèyàn ni bóyá lóṣooṣù lẹ́mọ̀ fún wa lẹ́mọ̀ bá wa dá sí lẹ́mọ̀ ràn wá lọ́wọ́ bóyá lóṣù méjì ni bóyá kọ́tà ni bóyá ẹ dẹ̀ fẹ́ polówó ọjà yín lórí ètò Onídèmọdè ni bóyá ẹ fẹ́ so onígbọ̀wọ́ Onídèmọdè ẹ lágbára ẹ̀ Ọlọ́run fún yín lórí ọ̀fẹ́ láti ṣe fún ìgbélárugẹ èdè àti àṣà Yorùbá ẹ já sọ̀rọ̀ lórí WhatsApp bákan náà Mr. B Adéjùwọ̀n God bless you Prince Joseph Emmanuel God bless you àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ẹ foríjì mẹ́yìn tí ń láǹfààní àti dárúkọ yín gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí YouTube mi ní wáńtì o iná ò ní tán wo yín ẹni dẹni àná. mímọ̀ ṣe kọ́ àti ìgbàgbọ́ nínú ẹni bóyá ọ̀gbẹ́ni yá máa sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ kì í pajá lọ́bọ̀ bó bá ṣe rí ni ó ṣe wí bó bá ṣe wí ni ló ṣe jẹ́. náà òkè máa ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá òpó kiri ilé olóró àkọlé tó fún òun náà ni Adeleke crime cannot dethrone Akpetu and enthrone Oluwo. Oluwo must go. Tunde Odesola in April 2025. Whoa, aware of shame on the Akpetu of Ikpetumodu. Oba Joseph Olugbenga Oloyede in faraway United States when he was indicted in a multi-million-dollar fraud case. Sorry o. Ẹ dákun ẹ bá mi ṣíṣe program yẹn jọ mí ní wáyé tí o. Ẹ bá ń táàgì àwọn ọmọ Akpetu. Ẹ sì bá mi táàgì àwọn ọmọ Ìwó. Yes. Ó kà àwọn ọmọ Akpetu náà. Ẹ bá ń táàgì wọn. Ẹ bá ń táàgì wọn. Ẹ bá ń táàgì wọn. Ẹ bá ń tẹ love àti like. Ẹ bá ń tẹ love àti like. God bless you sir. God bless you sir. God bless you ma. Okay, we will do so. God bless you, many wine. Love, like. Ẹ bá ń táàgì Olúwo, ẹ bá ń táàgì àwọn ọmọ Ìwó, ẹ bá ń táàgì àwọn ọmọ Akpetu.
Yorùbá Parakọ̀ TV ẹ máa gbọ́ ẹ máa wò ó ẹ subscribe síbẹ̀ ẹ like ẹ bó bá ṣe ń lọ àwa ò ní jákẹ́tì yín ó di sí o Yorùbá Parakọ̀ TV àgbẹ̀lẹ́tù ọmọdé làwọ̀.